Hi and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are talking about an important interview question, and that is how to reverse an array in place. Well, we start with the idea that we can run our counter from 0 to half the length of the array. Let's say we call this counter I. Then we always want to swap our first element with the last element in the array. Let's say our array has a length of n. Then we want to swap the first element and the nth element and the second element and the n minus first element and so on and so on. And we can do that by letting our counter run from I to half the array length, and then do an XOR swap operation, which in place swaps a number. If you didn't know, or if you didn't watch yet my video about swapping numbers in place, then have a look at it. I blended in now, so you can have a look there to see how to swap numbers in place using the XOR operator and a normal sum operator. Alright, so let's have a look at an example. Here we have the array from 0, 1, 2 and so on up to n. So our array is 0 indexed and we have n elements in our array. If we look here, it's n plus 1 elements because it's 0 indexed. Then at first we look at our I equals 1, and that is our 0 element and our n element, or our I equals 0, like this. So we swap these two in place. Then we can go to our I equals 1. So we swap element 1 and element n minus 1. So we can do this, and we do the same with the second element in the end. For I equals 2, we swap element 2 and n minus 2, and we keep doing this until we are at n half. And there we swap again these elements, and here we have to take care if the array has an uneven number of elements, then we n half is or has to be floored, because we don't need to swap the element in the middle. Then it is one element, and if you swap one element with itself, then it doesn't make sense. So we swap here n half and n minus n half, because that might be floored, so we have to actually swap the elements there. Alright, let's implement that in Python. Well, for that I go into my Visual Studio Code and I create a new file. Let's call it array swap or reverse array in place. .python, and there we go in and we take an example array. I just call it R now, and I give it the items from 0 to, let's say, 12. From 0 to 12, like this. Alright, so we have all elements in our array right now, and so now we can swap it. So we go in and say for I equals 0. No, I was in Java syntax actually. For I in range, and there we need the math function to floor our index. So we say here import math, and there we go in, and here we say math.floor, and there we want our length of our array divided by 2. Alright, and then we go in and say R of I equals our array of I XOR array of n minus I. And n, let's say here n equals the length of our array, and here we can replace this with our n in the end. Alright, so that is the first part. Then we say array of our n minus I equals 2, and there we do the same again using our XOR operator. And we take our array n minus I, and then we can say our array I equals to our array, and there we do exactly the same again, array n minus I. And then we say print our array. And if we print that now, it should be reversed, so the numbers should be 12 to 0. Let's have a look there. And we have here a list index out of range, because we actually have to use here n minus I minus 1 everywhere, because our array is 0 indexed, so and the length of our array gives us the number of items in our array, so we are 1 ahead then. So if we do that now, it works completely fine. If you see, look here, it is reversed, and let me print it before we reverse it, here maybe after we create it, so we see that it really was reversed. Alright, let's do that. So as you see, here it is 0 to 12, and then we reverse it to 12 to 0. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that was it for this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and tell me down in the comments below what you think about this video. I'm really excited about every subscriber I get, so hit the subscribe button. That was it for me today. Have a great day. Bye.